Thanks to United Cape Patriots for inviting me to speak, and especially to Jennifer, who was a big inspiration for me to start the group that I have called Cape Cod Against Medical Mandates. Everything I have to say has to do with the medical tyranny issue that we're facing today. And it started for me last October. We've been going through the medical tyranny thing since March of 2020, but somehow it didn't occur to me till last October to start doing something about it. And the thing that got me going was watching a presentation by the Falmouth health agent about the coronavirus statistics for the month of, for 1 week in October of 2020. The numbers that the health agent put out had to do with coronavirus cases on all of Cape Cod. And he gave statistics for Cape Cod Hospital and Falmouth Hospital, which are the only two public hospitals on the Cape. He broke it down according to the ICU cases and the people just admitted to regular beds in hospitals. The count was this: in Cape Cod Hospital, 0 people in the ICU, 0 people in regular beds. Falmouth Hospital, 0 people in the ICU, one patient in a regular bed in the hospital. I decided to write a letter to the Cape Cod Times and the Falmouth Enterprise on this issue, and I cited the population of Cape Cod, year-round population of Cape Cod is about 212,000 people. So my question was, with one case in the hospital of coronavirus, this dread disease, 211,999 people are being ordered to wear masks and social distance, have their businesses destroyed because of all the restrictions on the right of assembly, where students are being asked to stay away from schools and do their learning over computers. Children in daycare centers are required to wear masks at a time when seeing other people's faces is an important part of their social development, not to mention their extra need for oxygen because their brains are developing, not to mention adults needing oxygen, which the masks don't help with. I asked if it was justified with just one person in the hospital for these restrictions to be happening, for quarantines to be required for people who might be going out of state and returning, for anyone who might be anywhere near somebody who might potentially have this mysterious virus. The orders for all this came from Governor Baker. There was no deliberation about any of this. Governor walked into a press conference and said, "This is how your lives will be now." And so my letter to the editor was not printed in the Cape Cod Times. The Falmouth Enterprise did not publish the letter either, but I did hear from the editor of the paper who argued with me about all the points I'd made, as if I had done something so untoward that he had to respond to me. Usually the editor just throws your letter in the trash. And so what I learned was that I'm not supposed to speak about an issue that's affecting our whole society and had been for 7 months in an extremely serious way, with teen suicide issues, education not happening, people who actually need medical care for other reasons, not wanting to go to hospitals. And it was a real eye-opener. We all hear about censorship happening to others, but when it happens to you, it tends to hit home. So the moral of the story is that to be challenged by one party, or to be put off or censored, could end up meaning that you actually do more than, say, your letter to the editor might have done. And that was the case with me, and that's why I started Cape Cod Against Medical Mandates. I've done a bunch more writing than this letter, and published it on our website, which is endmedicalmandates.wordpress.com, and also met a lot of good people to work with, and had demonstrations, mostly in Hyannis, because it's central to the Cape. So most of what we're interested in is preserving rights that are being threatened by the medical tyranny. Those rights go right down the Constitution. They're all over the place being violated. The right to free speech, Facebook and Twitter are censoring people right in our faces for asking legitimate questions about the current vaccine issue, and then in the past, the whole pandemic, what was really happening. These questions are not even allowed. The right to assembly is an obvious one. We're practicing that right here today. Imagine if we weren't. Imagine if we weren't able to practice that right. We are not social distancing, so technically this is against the governor's orders. And thanks for not wearing your masks as well. If I had a mask on, you wouldn't even hear me. So those are two rights in the Constitution. I could go down the list. There's the right to freedom of movement. At this point, we can't really even leave the state. We're encouraged not to leave the state of Massachusetts. The State Department says we shouldn't go to about 80% of the countries of the world because of the virus scare.
Quarantine when we get back.
Yeah, you might have a problem getting back because of the quarantine order. So, and then there's the right to due process. There was never any deliberation about any of these rules that Governor Baker decreed. The legislature did not go through a democratic process. There was no public input. That's the right of due process. And then there's the right to equal protection under the law that we're not getting. When the so-called vaccine passports are rolled out, there's going to be some people who have extra rights because they've got their vaccine certificate.
We'll just come here.
Yeah. We'll have to make our own place. I'm getting to that. And so if you don't have your vaccine certificate, you're not going to get access to the sports venues, the taverns, the restaurants, possibly the grocery stores, possibly the bank. This is pretty much like having a social credit score system like they've got in China, where everything you do is surveilled. So I'll just close with a final thought about what I think this is all about. I think we're dealing with something more than just the basic fascist grab for more power, which we've seen in the history of the world. I think we're dealing with something truly evil, and that we have to fight that evil on the plane that it operates on. We're all here because we believe in political action, but it's important for us to keep the spiritual side of this battle in mind. The people who are doing this to us don't care if they kill us. They don't care if they harm our children. And we have to fight back against them, knowing what they're all about, that they're bad operators, and that everything they do is about creating chaos. They don't know when to stop. They have no sense of limits. And we have to stop them ourselves. and that the best way to do that is to work on the side of the spiritual good, which is about creation and about keeping the things in life that matter to us the most. Our ability to love each other, touch each other, talk to each other, organize together, and have children. This is something that's being threatened by the vaccine regime, which is affecting women's fertility, oddly enough. Maybe not a coincidence. These people are bad news.
Absolutely.
So, thanks for your time. I'm glad that some of us have lost friends and family because of disagreements over this coronavirus issue. But I'm glad that to see so many good people here, because it proves that just like with the censorship issue with the Cape Cod Times, yeah, I might have been censored, but I went on to do better things. And here I went on to meet other people, good people. Thank you.